Welcome, fellow Emergineers. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the time zones, and even if you're in the timeless. This is Derek Rydell, founder of the Law of Emergence and Emergineering, as well as the Soul Purpose Blueprint and Awakened Wealth. And I know a lot of you are working on those different programs at different levels and just having amazing breakthroughs and shifts. And it's a real honor to be with you again during this transformational session. I just want to invite you, before we jump into today's work, which is going to be talking about the 7 steps to planning your new year and your new you, so that you can truly say Happy New Year, Happy New You. And also what I like to say is plan as if you're doing all the work, but live as if God is. And we'll talk more about that. But before we jump into this, I want to invite you just to turn within as I do a quantum prayer to activate the higher potential here. As we just drop down into this field of grace, and remember that we don't pray to make anything happen, we pray to make it welcome. That we're not praying for anything. Because the minute you're praying for something, you're already saying you're separate from it, and you've already gone off track with what's true about you. You can never truly get what you pray for. You only get what you pray from. You do not get what you pray for. You get where you pray from. Same thing with affirmation. I like to say they're not affirmations, they're affirmations. This is why one master teacher said, when you pray, pray believing that you already have, that you may receive. And this wasn't a metaphysical trick, it was a mystical truth. You know that from the emergent standpoint, you've already got it all within you. So prayer then, whether it's affirmative prayer, contemplative prayer, devotional prayer, in its truest sense, is the practice of getting back in touch with who and what you really are, getting back in touch with that inner frequency of wholeness and joy and connectedness, of love and devotion, inspiration. It's a practice of remembering, which means to remember, to bring back the members, the pieces, into the whole again. It's a practice of recognizing or recognizing this divine truth of your being. That's the real practice of prayer. The idea of begging, beseeching some faraway power or God outside of you, that's an old, paganistic, outmoded, and unscientific form of prayer that doesn't really work very well. Because, of course, if it did, we would not see all the struggling and suffering that we're experiencing. And it also creates a God that is somehow unwilling to give you what you really need and just let you suffer until you pray the right prayer. There is no such God. There is no such power in the universe. And so as we drop down into this prayerful state, we are reminded that we already have everything within us. The whole kingdom of heaven, the whole quantum field, the whole nirvanic realm, the whole of the Tao, the Brahman, it's all within us. We brought it all with us. And we pray to activate it, to radiate it, and to unleash it. And so in this awareness, I'm so grateful. I begin in gratitude because gratitude is the energy and the evidence that the gift has already been given. And so feeling and sensing and knowing that the gift has already been given, that it is God's good pleasure to give us everything, this divine loving intelligence within us has already bestowed its whole life and being on us and as us. I'm so grateful to know that my prayer is always answered, always heard, always responded to. I'm so grateful to know that life has already been perfected, that life is already whole and complete on every level in every way, that this one divine loving intelligence is giving of itself everywhere in its fullness, wholeness, and completeness. And right where each and every individual are that is listening to this word, They are not separate and apart from the whole, but they are unique